Hey, Five Lakes Church, this is Betty Bassett. I'm the Outreach Director, and I'm here to share today's devotional. So our reading today is from Matthew 9, and in this passage we see 5 rapid-fire miracles. Usually I focus in on 1 or 2 passages, but today I'm going to read through the whole passage, and I want to see if you can catch all 5 miracles. So I'm going to start Matthew 9:1. It says that Jesus climbed into a boat, and he went back across the lake to his own town. Some of the people brought him a paralyzed man on a mat. Seeing their faith, Jesus said to the paralyzed man, "Be encouraged, my child, your sins are forgiven." But some of the teachers of the religious law said to themselves, "That's blasphemy. Who does he think he is? Does he think he's God?" Jesus knew what they were thinking, and so he asked them, "Why do you say such evil things in your heart? Is it easier to say your sins are forgiven, or stand up and walk? And so I will prove to you that the Son of Man has the authority on earth to forgive sins." And then Jesus turned to the paralyzed man and said, "Stand up, pick up your mat, and go home." And the man jumped up and he went home, but fear swept through the crowd as they saw this happen. But they praised God for giving humans such authority. As Jesus was saying this, the leader of a synagogue came and fell before him. "My daughter has died," he said, "but you can bring her back to life if you just come and lay your hands on her." So Jesus and his disciples got up and went with him. Just then, a woman who had suffered from 12 years of constant bleeding came up behind him. She touched the fringe of his robe, for she thought, "If I can just touch his robe, I will be healed." Jesus turned around, and when he saw her, he said, "Daughter, be encouraged. Your faith has made you well." And the woman was healed at that moment. When Jesus arrived at the official's home, he saw the noisy crowd and he heard the funeral music. "Get out," he told them. "This girl isn't dead. She's only asleep." But the crowd laughed at him. After the crowd was put outside, however, Jesus went in and he took the girl by the hand, and she stood up. The report of this miracle swept through the entire countryside. After Jesus left the girl's home, 2 blind men followed behind him, shouting, "Son of David, have mercy on us." They went right up to the house where he was staying, and Jesus asked them, "Do you believe that I can make you see?" "Yes, Lord," they said, "we do." Then he touched their eyes and said, "Because of your faith, it will happen." And then their eyes were opened and they could see. But Jesus sternly warned them, "Don't tell anyone about this." But instead, they went about and spread his fame over the region. When they left, a demon-possessed man who couldn't speak was brought to Jesus. So Jesus cast out the demon, and then the man began to speak. The crowds were amazed. "Nothing like this had ever happened in Israel," they exclaimed. So we see 5 miracles in this passage. Did you catch them all? We had the healing of the paralyzed man. Jesus said, "Stand up and walk." He raised the daughter to life. He healed a woman who had been bleeding for 12 years. He healed 2 blind men, and he healed a demon-possessed man. That's 3 physical healings that show Jesus' power over the physical world. He healed the demon-possessed man, showing Jesus' authority over the spiritual realm. And he raised a girl to life to show his power over even death. See, miracles in the Bible have one purpose, and it's this. It's to testify to God's power and authority and show his passion for his people. Miracles are ways that God provides in ways that only God can provide. But what I want to talk about today is, what role does faith play when it comes to miracles? Well, as we see in each of these stories that we hear here and elsewhere in the Bible, each person seeks Jesus as the solution to their problem. They confess faith that he is able to do it. And in each example, the miracle comes in response to faith. The power for the miracle comes from God, but we seek him in faith. So I don't know what you're facing today, but I'm sure that each one of us could come up with at least one situation where we need a miracle. So having faith for the miracle is believing that Jesus is able. When you're praying for that miracle, pray in confidence, knowing that God has already done a miracle in you, and he did that when he died and rose again as payment for your sin. When he transformed your old self into a new creation, that's miraculous. He's already done one miracle in you. So pray with confidence, knowing that what he has done before, he's able to do again. Now, it might be especially helpful to pray with someone who maybe has already seen the miracle that you're looking for, whether it's a financial miracle, health, healing, freedom, whatever it's you're looking for. Personally, for me, I need healing for my grandson. He cannot hear out of one of his ears, but I pray with someone who has seen the miracle. Now, I want you to understand that there's nothing special about their prayers. It's more that they pray with a confidence because they've seen God do it. It's a confident faith. So to clarify, faith doesn't buy a miracle. Faith makes a miracle possible. Faith compels us to call on the one who is able. It compels us to call on God to do what only God can do. So I'm praying for you today for whatever miracle you need in your life. I agree that God is able and that he is able to do it as you trust him for this. And I want to hear from you. I want to hear what God is doing in your life. What miracles have you seen today? And I pray that you have a miraculous day.